Hey guys, so I know it's been a little while since I've gotten to you on a Maserati Ghibli vlog, so I wanted to bring you the car. I am just about to hit 13,000 miles by the end of the day, so I wanted to actually just kind of give you an update on the car because I know every 10,000 miles you know you have the service or whatnot, but future owners might want to know what happens in between that service. So they want to see how the car is holding up, quality wise and functionality wise. So I figured I'd bring that to you. Now I know in the thumbnail the trunk is open, but I got a bunch of shit in my trunk, so I'm not going to keep that open for the actual video. Sorry if you wanted to see inside the trunk, but I can assure you that it's working quite well and doing what it needs to do. It's holding all my shit. So I want to just share with you how the car is doing after 13,000 miles, and I have had it for 14 months now. 14 months of ownership. So, I just wanted to update you on a few things. So, first off, we'll go to the wheels. Now, I need to get my wheels rotated. The reason being is every 10,000 miles on the 20-inch Urano wheels, they're all season tires, so every 10,000 miles the all seasons need to be rotated. These are Pirelli P0 all seasons. You can only rotate them, for those who don't know, you can only rotate them from side to side. They are not the type of wheels that you can take and go the front to back and back to front, because they're staggered wheels. So point being, you can only take this side and go to the other side, and you take the other side vice versa and put it on this side. Same with the back, because they're different sizes. So that makes it to where your tires don't last as long. Say if you had a normal tire that you could go all four ways, you could just rotate them a few cycles, but that happens with more higher performance tires. That's just how it is. If I had directional tires, I definitely wouldn't be able to go anywhere as far as the rotation goes, because if you have staggered and directional, then you just, when you're done with them, you're done. So every 10,000 miles, these need to be rotated. I'm at 13, a little too much, so I'm gonna get these rotated, and I'll go another 10,000 miles, and then I'll get new ones. So of course I'll blog how much the new Pirelli all-season tires go for. So that's one thing I need to get done. Another thing is, and I'll come around here into the interior to show you my driver error, and this is completely my fault here. Okay, the black piano wood has been scratched. Not sure how I did it, but I did, and it looks horrible. So I'm going to need to get that wrapped. So I'm going to talk to my boy Steve at Carbon Wraps, and he did my front lip, my roof, and my mirrors. I'm going to have him wrap this. And normally, what I probably should have did is had clear protective wrap over this, so I could never scratch it, because it'd be a clear wrap over it. But now I'm just going to wrap the whole thing in gloss black. It'll look just as good as it did with my center cap. And you won't even notice the difference. It's just gonna cover up the gloss black wood. Because the center cap, you remember, I lost my gloss black center cap on my powder coated wheels, and I had to have my stock one powder coated, not powder coated, wrapped. And I put it on this one, and you can't even tell the difference. So let's go actually see that, just so I can prove to you what the gloss black wrap would look like. Okay, this is the regular powder coated center cap. Looks good, right? This is the wrapped center cap. Notice the difference? Not really. So that's what I'm going to be getting done, is I'm going to be getting that wrap done to protect and cover up the horrible scratch. But yeah, so engine bay looking as dirty as ever. I need to get fixed up. Nothing wrong here. When you get your service done every 10,000 miles, they do the fluids and everything for you, so they take care of you, so you don't have to. It's included in the cost. 'Cause I know everybody complains about the 1-year service cost, so that stuff's included. But I'd rather just have that taken care of all in one shot, pay for it, and call it quits, to where I don't have to do it myself. It's just one of those things to where get it all done in one shot and call it a day. Another thing that I could, I guess, give you an update on is the Zegna interior. People kind of want to know how it's held up after a year, because I know a lot of people were skeptical about the silk inserts. So the Zegna interior has the leather with the white stitching, silk inserts, and then you have your normal Alcantara suede just on the pillars here though. So normally you'd have it all on the headliner. If you don't have the Zegna, you have it all throughout here on the headliner. But with the Zegna, you have the silk inserts, and I'll show you the official badge here. I don't know, you can see that. There we go. Now, I believe this is a 6,000 something option for this interior. Makes a hell of a difference, and it's actually functional. Now I know you're like, you're worrying about scratches, you're worrying about stains and all that, and dirt. Nothing. After 14 months of having a car, it works just like a normal seat. If you sweat on it, it'll dry up and it'll call it a day. If you get it wet, you just dry it up. If you get crumbs in it, just vacuum it. No tears or nothing snagging. I'll go to the other side so you can get a better view, because of the sunlight here of the seat. And I do have passengers sitting in the seat, because you can see the wrinkles. Whoops, sorry, the wrinkles in the leather. But yeah, looks good as new, right? So the Zegna, if you have the extra money for the option, is worth the buy, because I think it looks really good. It's a nice contrast, with the whole car. So I think it's pretty bomb. So yeah, pretty good. I think it turned out well. It's usable. Also, let's see. So I was talking earlier about the Alcantara there on the side pillars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have not had to clean this whatsoever. And I ride with the windows down every now and then, and it doesn't really catch much lint or dirt or anything on each side there. They stay pretty clean. I think the only way you'd really clean it is a lint brush, which Maserati gives you during your purchase, which at least that's what I got. I guess I can't speak for every dealership, but yeah, you use a lint brush to clean it. But that's maintenance on that is easy. Now, if you have Alcantara, if you have a car that has Alcantara on the steering wheel, I don't know how you do it, because to be honest, I couldn't imagine driving that every day with the dirt and oil and grease in your hands, and then eventually ruining the steering wheel, because it does happen. I seen in one of Shmi 150's videos, he had a Lamborghini Revington, and it was the convertible, and there's only like a handful of those, maybe 20, and it looked beautiful, immaculate. But then you got to the steering wheel, and it had Alcantara. I think the top was carbon, top and bottom was carbon maybe, and then the sides were Alcantara, or something like that, to where the high traffic area, if you have one of these cars with pedal shifters, your hands are normally going to be here. This is not where you want Alcantara. You want it up here where you're not normally touching the wheel, because you hold it right here and you're sweating and it's greasy. And then the steering wheel was all shredded up. Like, it's hard to explain, but it was all out of whack. It didn't look good. And you have to replace it, and I can't imagine how much something like that would cost. So yeah, I just it's not my thing, but I mean, hey, it looks pretty. So yeah, this Alcantara is pretty maintenance free. Like I said, if I don't have the headliner, but if I did, you might have to clean it a little bit more, with it being a bigger spot of Alcantara. So who knows? Other than that, let's see, interior. At this time and phase in its life, it gets little squeaks and rattles in the seat. I don't know, you can kind of hear it there. You'll get it in the seat and in the doors and stuff like that. A few squeaks and rattles over bumps. I live in a place that has a lot of smooth roads, so it doesn't bother me as much. And the thing is you can't really hear it over music, or if you got the windows down and you're driving, normally over this sweet exhaust here, you can't hear it over the Maserati Symphony because it's just loud. But you know, it does get to that point to where, you know, you kind of like, build quality could be a little bit better, because you do get those noises that you wish you didn't have. It's not, like I said, it's not as bad as if it was like an electric car and there's no noise, there's no ambience, and all you hear is the squeaks and rattles, you know, in the car if you don't have the radio on. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not as bad as you would think, but it does happen, and you do get them. So I don't want you to think that this car is excluded from that. It does. It's a real thing. It does happen. So it's not enough to bother me. I'm hoping that over time it doesn't get too much worse, but it might be a thing. So we might get a panel or something refitted to make sure it doesn't squeak and stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, there's not really too much more. I need to do the tires, rotate those. I need to get the center console wrapped because I'm a klutz and scratched it, but it's so shiny and stuff. It's so easy to scratch. That's my only gripe about it. Easy to scratch and hard to keep clean. And yeah, a couple squeaks and rattles, and that's about it. The interior is fine. Everything else is fine. Brakes are fine for right now. We all know that I had my problems with brakes in the past. So we'll see when I get to another, I think, 3,000 miles on these brakes, or at least these rotors, and see if they warp. We'll see what happens. But other than that, I mean, everything's good. No lights flashing. And I'll get in and start the car so you can see that I don't have any lights and I'm not just bullshitting you guys. And then I'll cut the video because I know it's kind of long. Okay, so we'll just start it while we're here. I'm probably gonna have some music on too, so let me shut that off. Okay. Doors open, hood open, thank you. So you see there's no lights anywhere besides my seatbelt light. And you see the mileage, 12,958. So I'm at 13,000 miles. You see how cold it is too here? Holy shit. We've had a cold week here in Florida. So yeah, I know you're probably wondering, like, where are you right now? Aren't you based out of Florida? But yeah, so everything is good. I mean, I don't have anything to complain about after this time. So yeah, we'll call it that. Let's give it a quick rev and be obnoxious. That was a little rev because I'm at a country club and I don't want them to kick me out and be like, who's this Negro out here revving this stolen car with this in-debt license plate? So I'm gonna keep it at that. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the vlog. Just wanted to update you on a few things, or update any new subscribers. Always get the video up in the rankings so people can see it and get the information. Subscribe if you want to see more amateur Maserati videos, or Alfa Romeo at that. And comment if you guys have a question or you just want to talk about some shit that's coming up. I do have some more videos coming. I'll be going to the Exotic Car Festival in like 3 weeks here, and a couple other things. It's bike week this week, so I'm gonna go out and have some fun there. But hopefully you guys like the video. We'll talk to you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace.